All right. Memo Podcast, episode 11. What's going on, guys? Real quick, just want to say thanks for all the support on the last episode, Jose. You got a lot of good feedback by everybody. So
everybody loves me.
Yeah, so good on that. But this week, we're going to talk about hip-hop news because a lot of fucking shit happened this week.
A lot.
Like, there were shootings.
A lot of gang activity.
Arrests. Like, there was a lot of shit that happened.
So, apparently, Young Thug Sprinter got shot up. Yo Gotti's tour bus got shot up in Nashville. NBA Youngboy's SUV and his girlfriend got shot. They were involved in a shooting. Offset Studio got shot up. YFN Lucci's G-Wagon got shot up. Kodak Black got arrested. Key Glock got arrested. Jada Youngin got arrested. G Herbo can't leave the state.
Jesus Christ.
Lil Wayne isn't gonna perform.
Or didn't perform.
A whole lot of shit happened.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of this was centered during Rolling Loud. Like, that's the first thing. That's the first I heard of it. It started around Rolling Loud.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first incidents I heard was you brought it up towards the end. Wayne got searched, they wanted to search Wayne before entering the stadium, and he was like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He refused to get searched.
He apologized to his fans. He was like, sorry, but I'm not going to be police to do my job. Like, I'm not going to let them search and check me before going in.
Yeah, and I feel like after that happened, it just snowballed out of control because there's a lot of shit that happened. Like, if not right around that time, right after.
I think Kodak got arrested before any of that.
Yeah, Kodak Black got arrested. Go ahead and say what happened with Kodak. I know you and me talked about it before.
Sources confirm rapper Kodak Black has just been arrested at Rolling Loud Festival on state and federal firearms charge. ATF, Miami-Dade Police, Northside Gang Unit, and U.S. Marshals all involved in arrest. So, from what I understand, apparently he was arrested with either conspiracy or he had them at $250,000 worth of illegal firearms.
Yeah, which Kodak Black is a felon, so him having any weapons or any guns in his possession is
illegal firearms is
a
key word right there. And yeah, of course he's a felon.
And which, to be honest, I don't know if I've said it on this podcast, but I've definitely told you that I said Kodak Black was going to be in jail by the end of the year anyways. Mm-hmm. So, just Kodak can never stay out of trouble, man. He can never stay out of trouble.
He got bonded out. I think he put like his $500,000 bond or something. He put up his house or some shit to secure that. Mm-hmm. But no, I read somewhere, I think his lawyer got him like house arrest and some other stuff.
Because before
he was facing, I think,
10 years. Yeah, and I was like, well, that's it for Kodak Black. I was like, it's finally over.
I pray for him. Hopefully not.
But
he's a young kid.
That's still open case, right? I'm sure he's gonna have to face court and all that stuff for all those firearms and stuff. Mm. So this isn't the end of Kodak Black. Like, there's still gonna be, within the coming weeks, there's gonna be stuff happening with him for sure.
We have an even crazier story, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. The whole NBA Youngboy.
Oh my god.
This man is involved in a shooting. All within an hour, he's involved in a shooting. He goes on stage and performs at Rolling Loud, gets off stage, and then gets detained by police. All within an hour. And I didn't even mention, in the shooting, his girlfriend was the one that was one of the victims that got shot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is crazy.
Do we know
That's how gangsta he is.
Do we know if his girlfriend survived the shooting?
Yes, she did.
She did? Okay, good.
I think there was 2 people that did not survive the shooting. I think it might have been the person that shot at them, and then an innocent, like a standby or whatever, someone just in the crossfire, someone in the background, and I think a little kid, like a little boy, got grazed by a bullet, but didn't get severely hurt.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy to me that happened. But NBA Youngboy, I don't really hear that much news come out of NBA Youngboy. Does he?
Really?
Yeah, like, or at least I don't read it. Like, does he stay in trouble like that?
In and out, of course. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I've been a big fan of NBA Youngboy since, 2015, 2016. Mm-hmm. And we're in 2019 now, and yeah, he's definitely been in and out of jail. Different types of cases. Yeah, I mean, he's a young kid and he can't stay out of trouble. He's getting in fights at every one of his shows.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. He gets in fights at his shows. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks because when you're a rapper, like, this isn't the streets anymore. Like, it becomes your job, and some rappers can't get out of that mindset. Like, they're still in that gang mentality, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's what they've known all their lives. But at one point, you got to think, hey, I'm making money now. I should probably not be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just me.
I think it was like Meek Mill that tweeted it. He was like, I don't remember exactly what the tweet said, but he was like, "Are y'all superstars or are y'all gang lords? Like, pick one."
That's true. Meek. But Meek is also someone who's gotten in trouble too. So he's learned his lessons from all the times he's been locked up and shit like that. So he learned his lesson. He knows, and I think that younger rappers should actually listen to the older rappers and actually take what they say into consideration. Because, like, when 6ix9ine was a big thing, everybody was like, hey, like, you gotta slow down the trolling. Hey, you gotta slow down. You're gonna get locked up or dead. And now look at him. He's locked up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's truth to what...
Not for long, but yes.
There's truth to what these rappers say, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like...
It's just your OGs, they're not even looking out for you, but they know the situation you're heading towards, and they're just warning you.
But me, like, if I know I'm making money, why would I put myself in a position... Like, even something as simple as NBA YoungBoy getting into fights at the shows. That's a lawsuit. You're costing yourself money.
But I think with him, it's just like he has a certain image that he's trying to portray. Like, he's the tough kid. And, like, if someone throws something at him on stage, immediately he's jumping into the crowd and starts swinging on that person. And that's just how he's been, And
you should never throw anything to an artist on stage. I think that's bullshit. Like, you paid money just to throw stuff at the person.
To ruin everyone else's
ruin everyone else's night. Like, I know Wayne, he's a big person of if you throw shit on the stage, the concert's over. Like, I'm done performing.
That's how I would be.
Exactly. Like, but me as a fan, I'd be like, I didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm out of like $50 because this person wanted to be a dick and throw something at the rapper. Like, that's just, I don't know, man. You never hear about this stuff happening at like R&B shows or country shows. Like, it's only in hip hop that like we have this mentality of trying to be the hardest. You know what I'm saying? That puts people in this situation. I wonder if
these people go to these shows purposely just to try.
They probably do.
Piss off the rapper.
They probably do. Because they think that those 15 minutes of fame, which won't even be 15 minutes. It'll be
no one even sees them.
Exactly. It'll be like two. Well, because it would definitely make hip hop blogs, such and such.
Yeah, but it's not like they say their name, Larry Jenkins, on the headline news. No, it's gonna be NBA YoungBoy attacks fan. Yeah. It's not like it's gonna blow up their picture. It's gonna blow up, the rapper's picture. So I don't get the motive in that at all. But besides an ass whooping. Because if it's not the rapper, it's going to be the security, like...
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Ridiculous.
I've never been into fucking disrespecting the artist. Like, why would you pay money to just do that shit? It's pointless to me. But yeah, what else has been going on? I know you said earlier G Herbo can't even leave the state anymore.
Yeah, I think it was like the whole domestic abuse with his wife, or with his former baby mama, or with his baby mama. I know he got arrested... And I think it's all bullshit. His baby mama instigates it a lot. And it was a video of them, like, he was kind of like, she was attacking him, and he was basically defending himself.
Yeah.
And then, she's got the scratches and bruises.
I saw the video, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit, And G Herbo's free right now, but I wish the best for him, I wish, he could take care of his situation, because I really do feel bad for him and anyone that's in a situation like that.
Oh yeah, it's always sucks. Not just rappers, but like in general, like it sucks to be in an abusive relationship. Like that is something that I hope no one that of our people listening or our friends or close friends have to deal with that situation. That's what happens
when you let him ghetto and pretty, like, and I just feel bad for him because I mean he loves his son to death. Mm-hmm. He's literally every post is like him and his kid. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure he doesn't regret that whatsoever, but he definitely hates his fucking baby mama. And if you, like, saw her, you probably don't keep up with G-Herbo like I do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just, like, heard her talk, you'd just be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like, that's a very touchy subject, like, abusive relationships like that. Like, I think whether you get along with the baby mama or not, you should just try and coexist for the kid's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's already bad enough
it's not, and it sucks because they're, like, there's, like, a spotlight on them when they're celebrities.
Exactly.
Like, the whole Famous Dex, there's literally on camera him beating his girl a few years ago, like, NBA YoungBoy putting his hands on women, like, shit does happen. People do get
This happens
out,
every day.
like,
it's only magnified.
It does happen every day, but yeah, because you're on the spotlight, it makes it 10 times worse. Because people know your name.
It's the public.
Throughout the world.
Yeah, it's magnified for the world to see. That's what happens when you put yourself out there.
And
like
people
that.
will never let that shit go. It doesn't matter if you were in the right or wrong. Like, people will never let that
Not even
shit
that.
go.
Even with celebrities, not just rappers, but celebrities in general, you do something 10 years ago. Like, what happened?
Chris Brown is still getting beef.
Yeah.
Or still getting hate on for, like, I think it was, like, a mutual, like, dispute that he had with Rihanna or whatever.
Yeah, we'll never know what the reasoning was, why they got into that fight, but that's the thing. Like, they follow you.
It was like, I saw a tweet. It was a couple, like, maybe like a week ago or so, and it was like, happy 3-year anniversary to where Solange beat Jay-Z's ass in an elevator, and there was like hella retweets and shit. Like, people were like praising that shit. But if it was flipped the other way around, where Jay-Z was beating up Beyonce's sister, how the fucking internet would break.
I think you shouldn't put your hands on someone regardless. Like, keep your hands to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, first off, I'm saying, like, that's Beyonce's husband. Like,
I mean, if you're gonna put your hands on someone, just be sure to get hands be thrown on you, at least,
Well, Jay-Z handled it not nicely. He didn't touch her. He didn't do anything. He just kind of sat there and took it.
Like a gentleman, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of sat there and took it. So, and I don't think we'll ever know. I mean, it's more than likely they found out Jay-Z cheated. That's what it was over. You know what I'm saying? But, like, only the people in the elevator will know what
that whole conversation
exactly.
was about.
Yeah. So I think that's crazy.
So is that what happened? Did Jay-Z cheat?
You didn't know this?
I mean, I don't care about Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship.
Yeah, Jay-Z,
I know the whole
that's
Lemonade
what the whole
thing
Lemonade
came
thing was
out,
about,
but
yeah.
I didn't fucking listen to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't listen to much of it either, but, I mean, I knew the gist of it.
I just saw tweets and shit, like, blah, 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 but, like, I didn't really care for it.
It's crazy that Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship has lasted as long as it did. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's true.
I think at this point, like, they have so much money, it's more, like, publicity.
You think they're
like,
staying together for the money?
Like, I don't even think it's, like, love anymore. It's just, like, they're in it for the image. It's just, like, Kim and Kanye, like, yeah, they might be good right now, but in a few years, like, they might hate each other's guts, but I feel like they would stay together.
I think I think Kanye and Kim are probably in a better place. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying in a few, like, later, 10 years down the road, they could probably hate each other's guts. But because of, like, the situation they're in and, like,
they'll stay
power
together.
they have, they would stay together just for the
kind of like Will Smith and Jada. Like, they've been together forever, and you never hear anything bad.
No, but I think they're in a very good... I think
No, but I'm saying, even if there was...
That's an example of, like, a very good relationship.
No, but I'm saying, even if there was disputes between the two, there's such a power couple that you
don't even notice that they might have those,
Yeah.
Like,
so... I heard they were swingers. I don't know if that's true.
I'm sure they are. I mean...
Yeah, they've been together forever. I heard they're swingers. I don't know if that's
really?
true. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I might just be making shit up, but I swear I heard they were swingers.
I mean, shit like that happens more often than you would think, I guess. Damn. I've never heard of that, but that'd be crazy.
Yeah, could you imagine getting invited to that house? Like, oh shit, it's Will Smith.
Big orgy.
What the hell? No, yeah, we're getting off topic.
No, that'd be awesome. Let's go back on that topic.
A bunch of celebrities having orgies.
Dude, that'd be sick.
I mean, it's Hollywood, dude. They're into some some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hollywood is a whole nother story. Like, rappers is one thing, but, like, big, known, like, Hollywood actors and shit like that is like completely different. That's another touchy subject.
Is Hollywood?
Yeah, like all those fucking like like all those documentaries and shit about like rapes and stuff that go on in the business, like child abuse and all that shit that's going on.
That is a touchy. Well, I mean, you're bringing up documentaries. I didn't want to really talk about it this episode, but I might as well. I recently watched the Ted Bundy movie on Netflix. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Well, it was a great movie, by the way.
You think?
I think it was kind of a little choppy. I feel like there was stuff.
I think it was a good movie. I think they skipped around a bunch.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what brings it down.
They like fast forwarded a lot.
Yeah, that's what brings it down.
I don't think you've seen it because I remember I told you about it and you didn't even know it was a thing. I saw the original Ted Bundy movie. Like the 86, 89.
Oh, I know there is one. I haven't seen it.
I watched that movie, and that movie is a lot more sinister than...
Well, that was a made for TV movie, you know that?
It like shows like him hunting down these women and like the weird fetishes that the man had, like tying them up, and like even with his girlfriend, like he would be like, hey, let's just let's role play, just pretend like you're getting raped. And at first she was like, okay, like she was into it, but like he would take it way too fucking far and shit like that. Like that's what the original movie was like. So that's why I expected this one to be like. But
this one was a little bit more.
It just jumped around everywhere like so quick.
The one thing, I mean, obviously we know Ted Bundy did it, but one thing that I found interesting in this movie is that they try to make you think, well, did he do it? Kind of thing. You know what I'm saying, right? Like it gave off. They tried to make. It gave off that feeling though.
I don't think they tried to make you think. I think it was just in the perspective of how it was back then.
Yeah.
Of how like a lot of
did
people,
he or did he not?
Yeah.
Well, I heard somewhere that it was from the perspective of his girlfriend at the time. Which, if that's the case, then yeah, then the girlfriend.
And his girlfriend was in denial for the
exactly, yeah. So I mean, because they didn't do it till the very end. Spoilers, everyone. They didn't do it till the very end.
I think everybody knows.
Well, yeah, you guys should probably know about this, but no, at the very end of the movie, where she's like, "Did you do it or didn't you do it?" And at this time, he hadn't admitted to the murders, and then when they're staring at each other, through the glass, he writes out the word hacksaw. When he's like, how did you cut off her head? And he write hacksaw. And that's when her realization kicked in, like, oh shit, this guy really is a murderer. So, like, that's what they did in that movie that I found really interesting, that they kind of made you, like, wonder, like, did he not? Well, obviously we know he did it, but I don't know why they took that approach. I thought that was interesting. A lot of murder documentaries. I've been really into that lately, is watching, like, murder documentaries and shit.
I think everyone has that phase. I definitely have that, like, serial killer shit. I watched a lot of, like, what's his name? Jeffrey Dahmer? Mm-hmm. Like, a bunch of different documentaries. Most of them I watched off YouTube.
Jack the Ripper, another one that I saw. Mm-hmm. I was watching the Zodiac Killer.
These people are fucking sickos.
Yes, dude, and that's the one thing I was going to say, is I don't know what goes in their mind. Like, there has to be a trigger in their head that makes them, like, just click. And
it's got to be a mental illness.
Exactly. It's definitely a mental illness, but I'm saying there has to be something, like, I don't think that it's something as simple as, oh, like, they had a traumatizing childhood. Like, something in there has to snap to finally be like, all right, to reach their breaking point, to the point where they want to kill people.
Yeah, well, maybe they just did it once on accident, got away with it, and just kept going.
That's the thing I heard.
Especially back then, like, it was so much easier to get away with shit like that.
That's another thing I saw that I saw in a documentary. They were saying that they speculate that Ted Bundy's first murder, because I think he only admitted to like 30 of them, but they said that there's probably more. There's way more than that, and they said that his first murder was probably like when he was like 15, 16, 17, younger. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine that. That's just fucking wild. Imagine murdering 30 plus people.
Dude, I don't know how you get to that point. Like, because, okay, so one thing
especially him, he's so, like, smooth type shit. Like,
that's exactly. Persona. Like, well, how do you get to that point? Like, that's another thing. Like, he looks like a normal ass dude. Like, law student. Like, he looks normal. You would never expect someone like this to fucking do the heinous crimes that he did.
But at the same time, like, you try to picture a serial killer, like, what's the first thing that comes to your head?
Like some creepy...
Most of them are... I mean, I would think most of them would just be normal-ass people that could get away with getting close enough to murder... unless you're, like, stalking them and whatnot, whatever, like...
But he was such a sinister person. I feel like he probably had a split personality, maybe. Because you have to think, like, he's, like, so normal, so calm about these murders... and then just like that, he'll go on a killing rampage and murder all these girls in a dorm. You know what I'm saying?
Probably somewhat like deep down inside of him. No, I doubt it, but probably somewhere deep down inside he did believe that he didn't do it. You know, or like tricked himself like into.
He started believing his own lies.
He's such a smart guy. Yeah, started believing his own lies. He's such a smart guy. You know, like what's crazy is it was the first broadcasted court case on live TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know, like that shit amazing. They let him be his own lawyer and shit. Like that shit is straight like for views type shit. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think the sheriff in the documentary I saw, they said that they think that maybe the sheriff was looking out for like wanting to get elected as like governor or whatever it was, and that's why they think that it got so far because he wanted the publicity of the case.
That was his point.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just crazy to think about. Another thing I found crazy is that, I mean, it's not even crazy, it's real. Like their technology was so like it wasn't as advanced as it is now, that it was so hard for them to capture. Like they were always one step behind him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I found that really interesting too, because you don't think about it. Like nowadays, if a murder happens, they catch the person within a couple hours, couple days.
What's crazy is he was a suspect from almost the beginning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not if he was doing it since a young child, but from the documentary and the movie, like he was basically a suspect from the beginning.
Well, his girlfriend is the one that called him.
Stretch out so far, like
because they didn't have enough evidence to pin it on him. Even though he was a suspect, they didn't have enough evidence to pin it on him, is what they said.
He should have just shot his ass, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they pretty much killed him with the death penalty.
They're shooting innocent people. They might have just shot his ass. They already think he's fucking
I mean,
that's
dude,
out of my fucking head.
Like, I don't know. I'm thinking that is true. If you're a murderer, you deserve to get the electric chair. You just the death penalty should go for like the worst of the worst. Like I know there's people that say, oh, like his mom was why should we?
For someone like him that has escaped a few
That's
times.
Another thing that freaked me out. This motherfucker escaped twice.
I
escaped
think
twice.
rotting in jail would be a lot worse
than getting the electric chair.
Than just the easy way out.
Yeah, but that's another thing that like pissed me off. I was like, this motherfucker escaped twice, like,
and he still tried to seem like he was innocent.
The fact is, you escaped the first time, or like this motherfucker's guilty.
You have nothing to hide.
Exactly. That's what
you're innocent, but you escape a couple times.
Exactly. Like the first time he escapes from jail, that's it. All right, dude, you're guilty. That's it. That's the end of the trial. You're going straight to jail. But the fact that he escaped court not once but twice is what's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I saw. That's another thing I found interesting. Another topic I wanted to bring up is I saw on Twitter actually. Chris Rock is gonna remake the Saw movie, or he's gonna do like a reimagining of the Saw movie.
A reboot.
Yeah.
I didn't believe you until I looked it up.
I mean, he's apparently a big fan.
I honestly did not, because I heard that and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
I mean, I was like, what? Like, I myself was like, the fuck?
You trying to be Jordan Peele now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so that's what I was thinking too. I was like, all right, like Chris Rock, another comedian making horror movies, but Jordan Peele did it. Homeboy from The Office made The Quiet Place. What's his name?
John,
yeah. So he's not the first comedian, and he definitely won't be the last comedian.
No, but John is also a serious actor, just because he came from The Office. But yeah, I mean, Jordan Peele, that one also caught me by surprise.
Yeah, you don't expect,
because he's such a wacko in the fucking in the Key and Peele, and then for him to come out with amazing movies like that threw me off by surprise. I didn't know he was a real writer like that. Like, I didn't know he was a real ass.
Oh, okay. So here's one thing.
Here's
what I think is crazy, because they're comedians, right? So I feel like we put them in a box. We're like, this is a comedian. You're a comedian. You do funny shit. Like, you do funny movies, and that's it.
We expect it.
We expect it. So when they try to go out of their comfort zone to do something, we're like, whoa, what the fuck you doing, man? Go back over there to make your funny movies. Like, we should probably...
It's like Kevin Hart doing that serious movie.
Exactly. With Bryan Cranston. Mm-hmm. We put them in a box. So right now, you and me could be like, what the fuck, Chris Rock? And then later, we'll be like, dude, that movie was the best Saw movie in the entire franchise. Yeah, so you never know.
Which I love Saw movies.
Really?
That whole, like, gruesome, like, that bloody shit. Like, I don't have a weak stomach. So I could watch all of that shit eyes open. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not a scary movie.
They might not be, like,
gore.
the best movies.
It's
you
gore.
know, but,
it's
like,
gory. That's all it is.
Yeah. I like the storytelling, like the reasoning
the mystery.
behind,
it's more like, honestly, I feel like Saw movies are more like a mystery movie with like gore thrown in there, like the horror aspect thrown in there. I watched the first 3. Anything after that, I was just like, this is becoming redundant. Like,
they're all blurred. Like, I don't remember which one's which, but yeah, I've seen a lot of them. But yeah, I did enjoy them. Yeah, I thought they were awesome.
So do you think Chris Rock will do good? You think?
I have no idea. Like I said, until 45 minutes ago, I still didn't believe you until I looked it up.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I'm
curious to see what it would be like. Definitely check it out and watch it.
Yeah, I would watch it.
I want to know if it's gonna. I doubt it would be more like, you know, on the funny side.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there'll be like funny lines thrown in there because he's a comedian, of course. But
I don't see how you could throw funny lines in a movie like Saw, though.
I mean, yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's a weird thing to talk about because it's like Chris Rock. You don't expect it. You know what I'm saying? If you told me Jordan Peele's gonna remake Saw, I'd be like, okay, he's already made horror movies.
Yeah, I can see that.
But Chris Rock is like straight comedian. I don't even think I can. If you were to tell me name a serious acting movie Chris Rock did, I couldn't think of one off the top of my head.
It's like Dave Chappelle.
I'd have to look it up. Yeah.
Coming out of nowhere and doing Paranormal Activity.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. Like I wouldn't be able to picture that. But
that would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, you know.
I need to pitch that.
You know.
To him.
You know.
I need to pitch that to him.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. There's more remakes coming out this fucking summer too.
Bunch.
You didn't fucking know Child's Play was coming out for like I've been knowing that movie's coming out, and you just recently found out.
I recently saw the trailer, and at first I didn't know it was real, but yeah, apparently this is a real fucking movie. Is it coming out soon?
June something.
Yeah, so next month.
Yeah. I think it's going to be weird because they're not doing I mean, I know they're trying to modernize it, but it's like back then he was a serial killer that transferred his body into a fucking doll and he became a psycho killer. Mm-hmm. This time around, it's a company that I don't know if maybe their machine, it was like a defective malfunction or what, but this machine just starts wanting to kill people. I think that's like, I mean, yeah, I get it. I understand why they're doing it, but is it really a Child's Play movie? You know what I'm saying? And even at that point, once you kill this thing off, is there going to be more movies? Like, you can't just bring it back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the first one was able to come back because it was a spirit. It was like a soul.
Yeah, so he was able to come back, and the whole point of him wanting to kill is because he wanted to get out of the toy body into a human body. Mm. Like, that was the entire point of the whole series. And now all of a sudden, it's a fucking AI.
It might just be like a one-hitter.
Yeah?
But I doubt it. I'm sure they're going to come... This movie's going to do huge, and they're going to do another...
They're going to find a way to bring him back. Yeah, they're going to find a way to bring him back. Yeah, for sure.
But I hope it's good. I hope it's fucking good, because I want to go see it now.
I probably... Dude,
I hate fucking dolls, dude.
Really?
I hate dolls.
What is scarier, clowns or dolls? Because I know you hate clowns.
I hate both of them. Dolls.
Dolls are scarier?
I'm going to say dolls. Because clowns, I used to hate them, like, a lot as a child. But, I mean, as I got older, I mean, I could whoop your ass.
You were, like, scared of It, when like, the remake of It, right? Of Pennywise?
Yeah, because I hate clowns.
Okay, so I thought that movie wasn't scary at all. I mean, yeah, it had a couple jump scares.
It's not that I was scared of it. I just hate it. I was drunk too. Like I was like, no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it because I'm gonna think about it later. You know, like when I'm trying to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen the trailer for Have you seen the trailer for Chapter 2?
I did.
Are you excited?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. Or not saying I'm not a big fan. I never really knew about the story. So apparently, like, grown-ups
can't see him, or or they're not affected by him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he feeds off fear.
And then this one is like 30 years later when they're all grown-ups.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's gonna want revenge.
If he's feeding on fear, then it's probably like they're still scared of him.
Yeah, they're still those memories.
That's probably why they could see him.
Those memories probably.
I didn't get it because I saw it with Angel, or like we were talking about it, and he was just like, I don't understand how they're all fucking grown-ups now.
Well, he comes back every 27 years. So yeah, that's usually how it goes. And if you've seen the original one, you know.
But I figured he would go towards kids.
He probably does. What I would think is he's probably starting to go.
Is he like seeking revenge?
No. I think what it is that the murders start happening again. Which what it is, I've already seen the original. So murders start happening again, and one of the kids who's a grown up now stays in town, and he notices like, hey, it's happening again. And that's when he gets in contact with
so then in the original, they're grown-ups as well?
Yeah, in the original, they're grown-ups too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really?
So the original movie, I've seen the original with the kids. There's like a second movie?
There's not. It's like a 3-hour long movie, and like.
Oh, I guess.
And what it is like they're adults in the entire movie, but they have flashbacks to when they were kids.
Oh, okay. I can't remember.
I can't believe you've never seen this.
I've seen it, bro. I was in like 5th grade.
I never thought...
And I never watched it again because I don't like clowns.
I never thought Pennywise was scary. Like, never. I was just like, I wouldn't be scared of this motherfucker. Like...
I think the original Pennywise was scarier than the remake.
Because he's like an actual clown.
Maybe because I was a child.
He's probably
But he was more like... Clown. He was more like, like family-friendly looking. He looked like a regular-ass clown. And happened to be a killer.
Yeah.
And this one, he just looked creepy the whole time.
Yeah, and he takes the form.
They tried to make him creepy,
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, a lot of movie remakes.
I gotta go back and watch all these now. I want to watch the original It, and I gotta watch the new one before I go back and watch Chapter 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of remakes. Like, well, before we move on to what else I wanted to bring you up is what do you think about horror movie remakes? Do you think they're good for us, like Hollywood, or do you think they're just they're running out of ideas?
They are running out of ideas.
Because I don't think I can think of one.
I don't think you should ruin something that's already great unless you can make it better, or
Not even horror movies, but in general, like Lion King, for example. Which Lion King is a classic. I can't believe it took you 20-something years to finally watch it. But like they're remade. Like I saw a thing on YouTube that like the trailer is literally shot for shot of what the animated movie was, right? Like,
so they're doing the exact same movie but live animated.
Live action. So what it like to me is like, what is the point? Why don't just re-release Lion King remastered in theaters and be like, because
it's live action.
I know. I'm just saying, like, what is the point? Like, you're doing it for money at that point. You're not doing it because it's a classic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
I feel like they're doing it for money and because it's a classic. Because older people like us, I mean, you've seen it a long time ago. I just now recently watched it. But people like you are like, fuck yeah, my childhood. But it's new. It's
nostalgic. That's what it is, yeah.
It's, they have the live action version. So, you're like, fuck yeah. Like, I think it's going to be sick. I think it's going to be awesome.
I think it's going to be a good movie, too. I'm just curious.
Obviously, because it's going to be the exact same from the original.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait to see it. There's, like,
especially with, like, voice actors that you know and you love already. Like,
yeah.
I think we're all going to love it.
Yeah, I think it will be... It's the same dude that...
Like, what? You can't remake Lion King and make a whole new fucking story, because then people are going to be pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know, man.
So then at that point, from your logic, you're saying you shouldn't even make it.
I just don't see the point in... Besides them making money, I don't see the point in them remaking these movies. Like, I just don't. You know what I'm saying? And I bet
think they should have just left it as it is? But at the same time, think about it. There's going to be kids, like... 5, 6 years old that have never seen the animated version because it's old as fuck, that are gonna see this one as the first version.
Yeah, that is true.
And it's more modern, so it's gonna be live action, high quality,
It's gonna
big
be
stars.
It's gonna be a good movie. It's gonna make money. I'm gonna try and go see it like the night it comes out. Honestly, like I just don't see it like okay like.
But you also said the same thing about Aladdin. You're like, I have no interest in that.
I have no interest in Aladdin.
Even though it has Will Smith.
I don't care. I don't care in Aladdin. I'll wait for that shit to be on Redbox. Like, I don't really care. Like, well, not even that. It's just I didn't really care for the original Aladdin.
You've seen the original?
Yeah.
See, it's like someone like me. I've never seen the original, so I might want to watch the new one. I mean, just like the little kids, never seen the original. The new one is going to be their first experience for Aladdin.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about people. I don't want to say ruining classics, but I feel like
I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate.
Why? Because Jose over here doesn't watch any of the fucking original movies. It took him 20, like I said, he was 22.
It took me 21, 22 years old.
He was 22 when he finally watched Lion King for the first time. Like, my mind was blown. I always had this, like, ongoing joke with him that, like, you're not a man.
I was definitely 22
You're not a man until you finally watch Lion King. Like, that's when you're able to finally be a man. And he finally watched it at 22.
I'm a grown-ass man.
But, no, yeah, I don't know how I feel about Hollywood remaking movies. Like, I think some... Like, because, like, horror movies, for example, I don't fucking see the point in making horror movies.
Like, I would love to watch
I
would love to watch a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Just because I used to love that movie.
Yeah.
And to see, like, a new, better version, like a scarier version, maybe. Or, like, to see how they, like, portray him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe even come out with, like, you can't, like, maybe change the story a little bit.
Yeah, but then fans are going to be mad. That, you're going too far off of what it was. The story was hitchhikers, break down, go to this house, get killed. That's the story.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to change it up, people will be like, what the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we are nowadays.
I don't think it should matter, though. I mean, yeah, people are going to be pissed, but
that's like instead of calling it a remake or a reboot, just do a reimagining. It's your version of what you think, of what you would like it. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at that point, they should just come out. That's what I'm saying. They're running out of ideas. They should just come out with a whole new fucking thriller.
I don't know how we got kind of off topic. We went from talking about all the fucking shit going on in music to just...
Not really off topic. I mean, we're just talking about shit.
Yeah. Well, another thing I was going to ask you, music-wise, DJ Khaled released a new song, right?
Album, right?
A new album. But one of the songs is... a Nipsey Hussle song, right? It was a song Nipsey Hussle did before he died.
Okay.
And I was gonna ask you. I mean, obviously he put up a thing saying that the money and everything is gonna go towards the family, which is a nice gesture to do, stuff like that. But my question was, what do you think about artists profiting off artists that are no longer here, making money off dead rappers?
Well, you said he's not profiting.
Well, no. Yeah, I understand. I'm just asking you in general. What do you think about that? Because, like, for example, Drake, whenever he released his album, he released a song with Michael Jackson and another song with Static Major. You know what I'm saying? Like, both artists no longer here. So what do you think about people profiting off artists that are no longer here?
I mean, I guess in some ways it is fucked up. But at the same time, I mean, they're musical artists, and I'm sure they go through the trouble of legal teams, and you know they're buying those verses and whatnot, and you know those verses should probably be heard.
Well, for Michael Jackson, for example, anything Michael Jackson didn't put out is because Michael didn't want it out. Like, not even talking about like another artist profiting.
Do you
off
know
it.
that for sure?
I mean, that's what I heard in an interview, that Michael wouldn't want this out because it wasn't polished. It wasn't what Michael would have put out. So, like, not even talking about other rappers or other artists, like record labels. Prince died, they're gonna put out Prince music. Michael Jackson died, they're gonna put out Michael Jackson music. David Bowie dies, they're gonna put out David Bowie music. Right? The labels release unreleased music, and
to make money
off the artist. And part of you's like, oh, they're doing it for the fans. Like, we get music that we probably...
That was my first thought. Is I was like, oh, well, they're doing it for the people that want to hear it.
No, they're doing it to make money. Yeah, they're doing it to make money. Yeah, like, you know, like, it's not genuine. You know what I'm saying? And, like, it just... I don't know. I just thought about that when I heard, like, obviously DJ Khaled putting out...
So if you were, like, a big superstar and you had all this unreleased music in the vault and you passed away, you would want it to stay in the vault?
Okay. Like when Tupac died, right? Tupac would maybe record a verse and then just kind of leave it, you know what I'm saying? And then all they would do is get the modern artist, whoever is popular at the time, and add a verse to it and put it out. Maybe those verses aren't the best, or maybe that music wasn't put out for a reason. It wasn't polished. So part of me thinks, yeah.
The fan side of me wants to be like,
exactly.
I want to listen to it.
But the person, like me...
Like morals.
Exactly, thinks, no, that's fucked up. Like I was going to say earlier, like, I could see DJ Khaled why he did it. Because obviously he was planning on putting it out before... I'm
sure they worked on it together.
Exactly. So I can see that.
This was recent, and he was working on his album.
Exactly. So, and another thing, it's like, he said 100% of the profits of this song are going to go to his kids. If this was a year or two
from now and he did it, I could see how it would be different.
Yeah. Well, no, not even that, but he said 100% of the profits are going to Nipsey Hussle's kids.
Yeah, and Nipsey owns all of his
masters. So, yeah, I could see that. I commend that. That is great. But I'm just talking about in general. Like,
that's why it's cool, like, even if you're a new Nipsey fan, listen and support his music, because all that money is going straight to his family.
Yeah, because he owned his own masters. So, but I think we're gonna call it an episode, dude. I don't really have much to talk about now. Just wanted to come up here. Honestly, we didn't.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers. Honestly, we didn't really have anything planned for this episode. I just wanted to come up here and address some of the craziness that's been going on throughout the week, whether it was music or movie related.
Free NBA young boy.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a night, dude. And we will see you guys next week for another episode. We're gonna toast and close this episode out, guys. So we will see y'all next week. Thank you guys for listening.